When we heard that Mount Pleasant Primary School in Portland was celebrating its 75th anniversary, we were happy to go out there to hear their story. The principal is Ms. Vidal.
My name is Diane Vidal. We're at Mount Pleasant Primary School.
Yeah.
This year marks the 75th year since the school was established. It was established in 1938.
Right.
Give thanks and praises, we are 75. So the roads are rocking and the hills are steep, still we survive. So the faith and trust in my Father for keeping us alive. Give thanks and praises, we are 75.
That is the Mount Pleasant Primary School Choir with a special song to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the school.
There are 3 other schools in and around St. Margaret's Bay, but children had to travel all the way from here to either Rockall or Medstone or St. Margaret's Bay. There was one Mr. Brown who applied for the land and applied to the ministry, and the ministry gave him the go-ahead, and the school was built in 1938.
Right. Where the children come from?
They used to come from all the way in Hope Bay, and there was a place named Commodore, but now they come from Medstone. You have children living from Medstone and in and around Mount Pleasant.
Yeah. How do they get to school?
They walk. The Medstone is the furthest, so those children would have to take taxi.
Where were you, Bob, as well?
In Port Antonio. But my relatives are from here. My grandfather, my mother grew in this district.
Yeah.
I started teaching in 1993 at Boundbrook Primary, but since May of this year, I assumed my position at Mount Pleasant.
As the principal?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell me why you wanted to enter the teaching profession.
I can remember from I was a little girl. There were two sisters, and my other sister, she used to do the typing, and I used to walk around and beat all the bushes, teaching them.
Beat the bushes?
Yes. So even when I got through to go to college and I went to my grade 6 teacher at primary school for a recommendation, I remember she wrote in it, she saw it in me.
Where you went to college then for your teaching education?
Pastor Garden Teachers College, it is now Case. I studied primary education.
Primary education?
Yeah. It is divided. It's either you're going to study primary ed or secondary education.
Right.
So I am fully equipped to teach deal at the primary level.
Right. How many children you have at the school now?
Presently we have 79.
79?
Yeah.
And how many teachers?
6 teachers and a guidance counselor.
Right. And what are you teaching these 79 children?
We are teaching them moral values. We are getting them equipped for the world. We're educating them on all the different academics.
Yeah.
Math,
mathematics, yeah.
Language arts, science, social studies, visual arts, physical education, religious education, drama, and music, yeah.
Okay. You have a drama teacher?
No, all the teachers, each teacher is assigned to one grade.
Yes.
So they do all the subjects.
Okay.
Yeah. Many of the persons living here, they are farmers. Bananas, yam, pak choy, right, sweet potatoes, and some cash crops.
Yeah. So most of the children come from farming background?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. What are you going to do for your 75th anniversary? What are you planning to do?
We have a series of events. We want to honor 75 persons, including teachers, parents, and past students and persons who have been donating to the school.
What about your Parent Teachers Association? How strong is it? How good is it?
Over the years, you have parents who don't participate, so we're trying to revamp our PTA.
How often do you have your PT meetings?
once per month.
Once a month?
Yeah. My teachers are here. I
Okay,
have.
which teachers you want to introduce with you first then?
Okay, I have the senior teacher, Shadeen Walker.
Uh-huh.
She was the one acting before I came here.
Uh-huh.
Then I have Winsome Campbell. She's a grade 6 teacher. I have Stacy Ho Young. She's a grade 3 teacher. I have Wendy Forbes, grade 5 teacher and the math resource teacher. And Angeli Roper, she's a grade 4 teacher.
Quite a big staff.
Yeah,
The
and
first-
absent is Marie Ramtula
Okay,
and
yeah.
our guidance counselor who is on 4 months vacation leave.
Uh-huh. Ms. Walker,
Hi,
how are you doing?
I'm good.
So you were here acting before Ms. Battle became the principal, no?
Yes, I would.
So what was most challenging for you?
Parental support.
Yeah, but tell me what that means.
Uh,
What would you ask the parents for?
It's not what you ask them for, it's what they should do.
Which is what?
Assist with their children or child's learning, sorry. Yeah.
You mean at home or?
At home and at school. I would prefer for them to drop in now and again. You have some who do, but most of them don't. Drop in, see what we are doing. When you give assignments, sometimes they don't show that level of interest that I would want them to do.
What do you say to them?
That their child's learning and their child's education is not solely the responsibility of the teacher.
Yeah.
It's a collaborative effort. It's an effort that should be made both with the school and at home.
Yes, there's a-
And if the school is doing its part, home should be doing their part
Of
too.
course, yes, yes.
Miss Ho Young.
Oh, Miss Ho Young,
I am from St. Andrew, Lawrence Tavern.
Lawrence Tavern. Then how you
I
got
don't
out
have any memory of that place.
of- Oh yeah? You left
No.
there at an early age?
Very early.
Uh-huh.
I live in Ferry Hill. That's in East Portland,
Ferry Hill.
right close to the Boston Jerk Center.
Okay. So why the teaching profession for you?
I was actually home one day helping my nephew with homework, and my mom said to me, "You should get into teaching. You sound good." And so I took it up
Where did you train to be a teacher?
at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education.
It used to be called
Case,
Kate, huh?
right.
You learned the techniques of becoming a teacher there?
Actually, I would more say I learned the techniques of becoming a teacher at school, not at the college.
Hill and Gully ride at Mount Pleasant Primary School in Portland, where they were celebrating the 75th anniversary of the founding of the school. Here is Miss Ho Young, the grade 3 teacher. What do you specialize in here?
I teach language arts.
What does that mean?
Language arts is reading, writing, listening,
Listening. Listening?
speaking.
Speaking. So you have them get up in the classroom and do
Yes,
Stick to reading?
they read, they role play.
the right plays?
No, role play, they act.
Oh, role play.
Right.
Uh-huh.
They sing, they dance.
I'll have to dig it out of you, you know. Because
There's a teacher here from the district too,
Yeah? Who?
Angeli Roper.
Miss Walker is
Roper.
Miss Roper?
Yes,
Roper?
sir.
She's over
Where
this
you
side.
from, Miss Roper?
I am from Mount Pleasant.
Mount Pleasant?
Yes, I
So
am.
you're a home girl then?
Yes, I am.
What made you want to go into teaching?
Wow, teaching. Teaching for me is actually my life. From a small girl, I watched my mom, I watched my uncles, I watched my aunts, my cousins. I am from a teaching family.
Oh, your mom was a teacher too?
She is still a teacher.
Is that so?
Yes.
Where you trained?
Well,
In the
I
co-
was blessed to be trained at the College of Agriculture, Science and Education, Case.
Okay. And from then you wanted to be a teacher from that? Well,
Well,
from home. From
right,
home.
yes,
Yeah, right.
yes.
What do you find to be the most challenging thing for you as a teacher?
Well, the
Okay.
most challenging thing as a teacher is the lack of resources. Things, manipulatives, things to use to enhance teaching, to get the children to learn more.
I mean chalk for the blackboard.
But not just chalk, but the computers. We know we're going into a technological world, and we're a lack of computers. We know children learn best, with the technology.
Are you sure what you said a while ago? I think that children always did learn, period.
Yes, they do.
It wasn't
But
me.
they're into this technology thing. To me, it seems as if it is easier for them to work along with the computers, to manipulate the computers and such the like.
You tell them stories, you read to them too?
Yes, we do. We do.
What they like to listen to?
Well, actually, they like to listen to stories that has to do with their culture. But it's a mixture. It's a mixture. They more gravitate to things that has to do with Jamaica, something that they can relate to.
Yeah.
Right.
For instance?
For instance, you're telling them a story about a farmer. They can more respond by telling about the produce because they are more into that thing. They see it on a daily basis, so they are aware, and so they respond more.
How you get on with the parents?
Well, the parents, we do get along with parents, okay? Actually, it was recently that we had a parent social where we invited all the parents to come in, had a wonderful fun time. And we mix, we mingle, we have fun, we participated, we fed them, and we enjoyed ourselves.
Maths resource teacher.
My name is Wendy Forbes.
What's a maths resource teacher do?
Well, what the math resource teacher does is she prepares it's from grade 2 to grade 5, grades 2, 3, 4, and 5. So she prepares math plans, she prepares programs for those classes to ensure that math is easier for them.
What do you mean, addition and subtraction and multiplication?
And multiplication, algebra, statistics, probability, the old works at a primary level. So she ensures that the manipulatives are used to enhance the learning of math.
What do you mean by manipulative?
Manipulatives are teaching aids that the teacher uses.
Such as what?
Such as fraction circles, fraction squares, charts, mobiles, blocks, things that the children can actually use to associate learning with teaching.
Okay. And they participate in the
And
classroom.
they participate more, especially the boys, who sometimes may be otherwise disruptive. When they use the manipulatives, they are more participative in the lesson.
Yeah. Just give me one example of how you manipulate something.
Fraction circles. Say, for example, I'm teaching fractions, and I want them to know exactly what we mean when we talk about a fraction.
Like a half or a
like
quarter.
a half and a quarter,
or
yes.
a third.
And sometimes a whole, turning a whole number into a fraction. The fraction circles are cut in equal parts, for example, in halves, in quarters, in thirds. And then some of them are cut up. So the children will get the ones that are cut up to put together.
Yeah.
And they will also get the ones that are not cut up, but they are still halves and thirds. And then what they do is they compare. And sometimes we get them to order in terms of which is bigger, which is smaller. And they can put them in order. So they are actually seeing what they are doing.
Yes. But tell me, who's the English teacher again?
Miss Oyoung.
Oh, yes, Miss Oyoung. You have any problem with past and present and singular and plural and singular?
Oh yes, always.
Oh, yeah. What do you do to correct that now? Masculine and
I
feminine. Masculine.
encourage them to speak standard English, because when they say this and that and him and she and them, they have problems in writing the English word. And they, from time to time, they refer to each other. The boy will say she,
When he means what?
him.
Oh, okay.
They mix it up from time to time.
But you work them hard though.
Try to.
Okay.
Finally, we have Winsome Campbell, the grade 6 teacher.
The grade 6 teacher.
Yes, sir.
Miss grade 6 Campbell?
Yes, sir.
What you judge grade 6 now?
I prepare them so that they are able to sit the GSAT.
How you prepare them?
Well,
As Miss Walker says,
No,
rigorous.
I don't want to remember Miss Walker.
Okay. I try to get where they're at and to move them from there. Because math is a subject that children fear.
Yes, a lot of children fear that.
And I try to tell them that mathematics, there's nothing, it's not rocket science, and it's easy.
Yeah.
Just put their minds to it, think about just math, nothing else. Focus and just pay attention. You get homework to do or a project, just do it.
Yes.
If there's a problem, don't, when I say, do you understand? Yes, miss, everybody say yes. When I say, okay, go ahead and do this, and you can't, because somebody else learned, but you have not learned.
Yes.
So you owe it to yourself to say, miss, I don't understand this. Can you go back over?
So you encourage them to say, well, miss, I just don't understand. What do I do, you know?
Because you can talk for somebody else, neither can the person talk for you.
Yes, of course. Right.
And also, I have extra lessons in the afternoons. I say to them, children, you are going to sit the exam, so every single person needs to be here.
You're watching Hill and Gully Ride at Mount Pleasant Primary School in Portland, which was celebrating the 75th anniversary of the founding of the school. Here's Winsome Campbell, the grade 6 teacher. So when did you come to Mount Pleasant?
2005.
2005. Okay, all right. Anything you want to tell me about your teaching career here? How you get on with the parents and all that?
Oh, very well. I am seeing somewhat as a mother. It's as if I have more than one child.
Yeah?
They come to me with their problems and anything. And they don't feel afraid.
Uh-huh. Problems at home and all that, and
Anything at all. The fact is that my mother is from this area. But I live in Port Antonio.
good. So you have a pretty good idea of the culture of the region,
Yes, sir, I do.
and it's based on agriculture.
Yes, sir, because my grandfather and my grandparents before, they were all farmers.
Oh yeah?
My grandma used to go to Coronation Market on the market truck.
Yeah?
And holidays, we come here to spend holidays, my brothers and I.
Yeah.
And we listen out for the market truck. And as we hear it down the road.
Right, yes. All right. So then, Ms. Vidal,
Yes.
any other teacher you want me to talk to? Any questions teachers want to
are you
ask me
gonna take us
that I
on?
haven't asked you that I should have asked you?
Yes, the needs of the school.
What kind of needs does the school have? Urgent needs.
Recently, we have been doing some refurbishing, some painting, but we need some computers. We have no computer to work with. We still need printers. We're really asking for the wider society to assist us because we have some wonderful children here. Yeah, but we really need some help. We have like games, like even for the math hour, we have every Wednesday we have 1 hour that all the children do math. So we would take the ones that are at risk because the government is really down for emphasizes on the numeracy and literacy.
So shouldn't they?
Yes, they do. So it would help us with some of those games, some of those reading activities and math activities. We can pull out the children, because we have the area that we can put for the computer room, but we don't have any outdoors. We're not privileged with some of the resources that other schools have.
Yeah, but I just want to get it straight in my own mind. Them learning how to read and write doesn't necessarily depend on the computer, does it?
No, but
It's not a dependency. It is a interest. When they say a lot of when they say a lot of words, like in a book for example, they shut down. When they see the computer, oh my God, everybody wants to use the computer. So it enhances the interest to learn. So it's not that they can't without it. It's just that it enhances their interest.
It's another way to grab their interest.
Yes.
Right.
Because throughout the generations of Jamaica's history, children have always learned.
Yes,
Without
which is
these
true.
toys,
Yeah,
you know.
that is true.
Okay, all right. I just wonder sometimes if there isn't too much of a dependency on these things, which we buy from overseas naturally.
It's not too much of a dependency, but I think it's just.
I mean, it seems to be
Time has changed. Yes,
No, of course
and
time has changed. But
time
I
has
mean, it
changed.
seems to
Children
me-
has changed.
No, children still.
They have, man.
Oh,
It's
no.
it's what they are seeing it's what they are seeing, you know, and what are
Oh,
their associate,
They are
yes.
cultured now.
So it's not, I mean, when I was young, I didn't know about the computers and we had to learn. I mean, find ourselves to a library and we have to learn.
Well, wasn't that a good thing to know how to use an library?
But we used to get licks too.
Yeah.
So we have to learn, but now we can't lick them.
Oh, you can't
so we
lick
have to
them
find other ways and other means
Right.
to ensure
Get their
that,
interest.
yes.
You're sure that the teacher now isn't just lying down and depending on the computer
No.
to do the teacher's job?
No,
not here.
All right, I'm just pulling your leg. Okay.
We were talking about resources.
Yes.
And as their math resource teacher, I think I shouldn't leave out. We need a lot of math resources.
What is that?
Math resources are like
Maps.
mathematics.
Yeah.
Yes. We are establishing a math room as we speak, and we need some teaching, learning resources, like some games. The computers will help as well.
Yeah.
We need
Tactile.
right things that we call manipulatives, things that the children like. I wouldn't mind if somebody could donate a fraction kit. I would love to get a fraction kit.
Where were they made?
The fraction kit. I am not certain. But I know that it has like protractors, stuff like that.
Rulers.
I know that
Measuring
it has a
equipment.
lot of manipulatives in there that can be used to teach,
But it's
not
something-
just fraction.
Yeah, other things as well.
Right.
But is this something that we can make here in Jamaica?
Yes.
It's possible.
Yes.
So maybe the people, the firms or the people who turn out these things can be appealed to
Right.
give you some help, no?
Yes. If we want to move math further, we need to ensure that the proper resources are provided for the children to use.
We've been chatting with the principal and some of the teachers of Mount Pleasant Primary School in Portland, trying to find out what makes the school tick. Now we turn our attention to some of the past students.
We have Derek Brown. Derek is a past student of Mount Pleasant. It was all age then, and he's also a JP.
I was born in Mount Pleasant here,
Uh-huh.
a few chains from where we are right now.
Yeah. Into what kind of family? Farming family?
Farming
Tell me
family.
something about your family.
Well, I came up to know my father. He was a sort of all-rounder.
What is that?
He did a little farming, he did a little baking, he did a little carpentry,
Right.
that sort of person.
Yes.
And my mother was a dressmaker.
Yes. So how did you end up at Mount Pleasant?
In those days, the only school we know was Mount Pleasant School.
Uh-huh.
There was the adjoining Rock Hall, Maidstone, and St. Margaret's Bay, that students who were before me
Yeah.
attended those schools. But there were a few people who saw the need for a school in this community. The late Honorable H.E. Hallan,
Sir Harold Allen?
Sir Harold Hallan.
Yeah.
He was
He was a Portland man, huh?
He was a Portland man. I heard he was born at Springbank in Portland.
Uh-huh.
And then he went to representational politics. That was before JLP and the PNP.
Oh, yes. Yes.
He
the
was a
original
member
political-
of what
yes.
we then know as the Legislative Council.
Council, yes.
They made a representation
To him.
to him, and he caused the school to be here.
Yes.
So when I was born 1934,
Uh-huh.
and this school opened 1938.
Yes.
So in those days, you didn't come to school until you were 7 years old.
Okay.
So I started there in 1941.
Where you had to walk from?
Not very far. I could make one dash out of my house and reach the school if I'm a bit late. I was never late. I couldn't be late. Because if the bell rings, I could stay home and hear it and make one dash and catch the line.
Yes.
Yeah, in those days we had 8 classes. A class, B class. And then you have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth class. 8 classes.
Yeah.
I spent a week in A class, and then I went on to B class.
Yes.
After 1 year, the following September, our teacher moved us And 4 of us remained in B class, and the rest went to first class. Started laughing at us because they thought we were going to stay and repeat B class.
Yeah.
But after that, our teacher took us past first class, right up to second class.
Oh, you skip over, you jump over the heads. Huh?
Yes, yes. So we start laughing at them down there now.
You had a good teacher then. You had a very good teacher.
Yes. So much so I had to spend 3 years in 6th class before I attained the age 15.
Yes.
You know?
You're lucky to have good teachers.
We had good teachers.
Today, we've been talking with the principal, teachers, and some of the past students of Mount Pleasant Primary School in Portland, which was celebrating the 75th anniversary of the founding of the school. Next week, we'll continue our conversation with some of the past students of Mount Pleasant Primary School in Portland. And in the meantime, we're up the hill. Thank you for watching Hill and Gully Ride.